that's interesting. C3. Dun, dun, dun. We're not categorized as a 501c3 church. Not in the United States, not in Canada, not in Mexico. However, we are categorized that in Antarctica. But we're not. We're just not. We have a lady in our church, her and her husband. They've attended here for years. She runs a tax office. And she said, "You're a church. You don't have to be 501c3. You're a church. Churches don't pay taxes." So we don't pay taxes. We don't pay. They do not tax the tithes and offerings that are given to the church. They don't tax that. I don't see what the big deal is. And I'm an American. I'm an American pastor. I'm an American pastor with a big mouth, and my big mouth is going to run and it's going to talk about issues and politics and the fact that Barack Hussein is a Muslim and he ought to be thrown out of the country. I'm going to say that stuff because that's what I believe. That's what my faith tells me to say, and I'm going to say it. Now, they might get ignorant with us one day, and they might threaten us, and they might do this, and they might do that. I'm not backing down. It might be the end of this particular ministry, but I'm not backing down. I might have to go to jail for it. We might lose this microphone and this camera and this computer screen and this chair that I'm in. We might lose all that stuff, but I don't care. When you're called to talk, when you're called to prophesy, when you're called to say, this is what God said, you don't let someone tell you you can't say that. You don't let them do that. You say it. And then you don't apologize for saying it. If you're reading Scripture and you're making a true biblical application, you don't apologize to anybody for saying it. And again, I don't know, people say, oh, Pastor, you're so brave. I don't know if I'm so brave as that I'm just ignorant. Maybe I'm too ignorant to know that I ain't supposed to be doing this. Or maybe I'm so ignorant that I don't think anybody would really have a problem with me just running my mouth. I mean, everybody else gets to say what... And here's something I never understood. I never understood this. If I were to have... Let's say the guy running for governor in the state of Missouri is pro-life, pro-guns, pro-Bible, pro-family, all these issues. Let's say he wanted to come and speak before my congregation, and I let him do it. I guarantee you the liberals would throw a fit. They'd call the IRS. Oh, my God, look at it. Look what they're doing. They didn't separate the church and state. And every night on the news in 2008, every night on the news was Barack Hussein Obama politicking for election, going from church to church. Every night on the news, future hopeful President Barack Obama was in such and such Baptist church, such and such community church. He was here, he was there. He even went to Rick Warren's church, for crying out loud, and lied through his teeth. Well, that's really a question as far as gay people marrying. That's above my pay scale. I don't know that I could really make that decision. He'd already made the decision. In fact, now, hold on. If you believe what's written on WorldNet Daily, there is an article over there. I don't know if I believe it or not. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not saying it are true. I'm saying I don't know whether it's true or not. But there's an article on WorldNet Daily that basically Barack Hussein going to, whatever church that was, Trinity Church in Chicago, the Reverend Wright, who, I mean, is just blatantly liberal and a communist to boot. According to people who are saying that there is in this church a homosexual underground of black men in this church where they were told to act macho, told to be masculine, get you a wife, knock out a couple of kids. But you come here and we have this little secret organization where you can hook up with other guys and be gay with them. And there is an insinuation here that Barack Hussein was part of that. I don't know if that's true. They didn't actually say, here's a picture of Bo with his boy. They don't actually have that picture. But it's interesting. Do we, and just to ask the question, do we in fact have the first sodomite president of the United States? Do we have that? Who knows? This is from Christianity Today. God Baby coming this Christmas. And apparently this company that's doing it they are dead serious about this. This is from You Fine People in the very Great Britain. The story says from Christianity Today, he cries, he wheezes, he saves the world. It's with this honest humor that church ads will be reminding Britain, the very Great Britain, of the real meaning of Christmas this year. Their long-running poster campaign, Christmas Starts with Christ, will be hitting billboards and bus shelters with a striking image of a toy doll symbolizing the baby Jesus. Church Ad says it wants to appeal to the younger generation and put Jesus at the center, C-E-N-T-R-E, of conversations. It hopes the poster will resonate with passers-by searching for that must-have Christmas gift. We focus too much on the material nature of the festival and miss the point that Jesus, the true God baby, was born human and must never be turned into a commodity. Kind of like what they're doing. A commodity. Now, what? Here we go. A commodity is something that is traded or bartered in exchange for something else. That's what a commodity is. Let's see here. This book is a commodity. Marilyn Ferguson wrote it. She wrote it in exchange for monetary value. There's the price right there. Okay, where is you can actually see the price on here. Where is it? I don't remember. $22.90. Oh, $16.95 US. That's a commodity. So church ads, a for-profit industry promoting baby Jesus in order to get people to the churches. The people and the churches want the people in there because they want tithe money. So they just did what they said they didn't want to do. The Bishop of Bradford, the Right Reverend Nick Baines, said, "It's another strong and arresting image. It will surprise some and disturb others, which is exactly what the real Jesus did, and it forces us beyond the tinsel to the human reality of God among us." Mark Green, executive director of the London Institute of Contemporary Christianity, said this brilliant double-barreled ad simultaneously undermines two corrosive contemporary beliefs. Jesus is not just a mythic baby to coo at. He is God. And so, again, he's God, right? So, again, the ad says he cries, he wheezes, he saves the world. Way to go. Way to commemorate the Savior of mankind. Let's see here. I'm going to go back. I have a video to show everybody. Let me get it queued up here and ready to go. Somebody sent me this. This is from Bill Johnson's church. You know what? Before I do that, I want to do this. I'm going to hang on. I gotta click a couple things here. I'm going to click that and click that. All right. Here we go. This is the image of the day. What biblical idea does this image evoke in you? What biblical idea or concept does this image evoke? Are you ready? Here we go. What does that conjure up for you? Okay? What does that conjure for you? Very interesting. Children in the school lunch line using their right hand to buy food. Interesting. The finger says, put your hand there. If you want the chicken nuggets, you better put your hand there. And the poor little child with Oscar the Grouch t-shirt on her says, I will comply. I will do what I am told to do because I must eat the chicken nuggets. Very interesting. I have another picture here. Hang on here. This was sent to me by a guy named Jack. And he called me, and I said, hi, Jack. And he said, don't say that at the airport. He got married in the Philippines, and he is slowly but surely working on his wife's family, getting them out of the Catholic Church. This was what he found in his wife took a picture of it. Do not receive communion if you are not married in the church. You pagan infidel, you. Well, I added that part of it. Do not receive communion if you are not married in the church. How dare you try to go to heaven and not give us money to be married here? How dare you do that? And I'm building up to something, people. Salvation is not in the hands of a man. God did not put mankind's salvation in yours, or any of you guys back there. He did not put salvation in your hand. It doesn't belong to you. Salvation belongs to God. God saves. Jesus saves. God chooses who He wants. God said, I'll forgive who I want to forgive, and I'll have mercy on who I want to have mercy, and you can't tell me who to have mercy on. I'll do what I want to do. I'm God after all. And that's God. Here's what mankind has done. Mankind has lowered himself to the level, or elevated himself to the level, of taking on the role of God by saying, oh no. As a Catholic, if you don't eat the cookie, you're going to burn. That's just all there is to it. You are going to burn. So they're putting, listen to this now, they're putting conditions upon salvation. If you ever have a doubt in your mind whether or not salvation in the Roman Catholic Church is based upon works, there it is right there. You cannot receive communion if you have not been married in the church. They're putting conditions and works upon these people's salvation. You want to go to heaven? Yeah, I want to go to heaven. You have to get married here. If you didn't get married here, you're not going. You're going to burn in hell forever. That's what they're saying. Man does not have the ability to save other people. Man does not have the ability to forgive man's sins. Who can forgive sins but God's? Is that not in the Bible? Who can forgive sins?